Well, tomorrow is Veterans Day, a day set aside every year to honor those who choose to serve our country and commemorate those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Nearly 200,000 men and women leave the military every year, and some of them need help transitioning back to civilian life. That's where Lieutenant Rob Sarver, a U.S. Navy SEAL, and author Alex Gendzier come in. Together, they wrote the soon-to-be-released book, Warrior to Civilian, the field manual for the hero's journey. And they join us now here in studio. Thank you both for being here this morning. And Lieutenant, thanks very much for your service.
Thank you. Indeed.
Why did you want to write this book?
It was really the mentorship through Alex and working with him. And he was able to show me and to see that our life struggles, the universes, the lives that we lived, are much the same. So from the veteran to the civilian, we all go through the same thing. The tragedies, the loss of identity, the success, the failures. It was Alex took a step back and found those universal themes.
How did you go about making that connection? How was this idea brought into your brain to become something real that is now on paper for folks to read?
That is a great question, because it has been a 5-year journey. For me, my inspiration was initially due to my older son. When he joined the military, I knew he would need something on the way out. And I thought, he'll be in for a long time. It's his calling, and I may not be around. So we started talking about this and came up with an idea and thought there's a need. That became way beyond my own personal interest and commitment, a much bigger calling. And we started, to answer your question, speaking to veterans. And we saw, and spouses, which is very important to consider. Spouses are often forgotten about in this equation, in this healing journey. And we started interviewing folks and found tremendous patterns that we thought we could tell a story about.
And I wonder, Lieutenant, for you, when does that transition actually begin? You know, from being in the military, which is such a way of life and way of living, to becoming a civilian?
Through my father's 28 years of service and my 9 years of service, it really begins a year or 2 years out. I mean, it ultimately begins the day you join the service. At some point, you're going to transition. But they really need to start paying attention 12 to 24 months out and preparing for this journey. Everything we do in the military, we train for a mission, we train for a cause. Why not train to get out? And we're just kind of left to our own devices.
Well, I find that fascinating. It can take over a year once you're back from service for some of the issues you discuss in the book to really be something that's top of mind or something that you start to consider. And I love that you mentioned spouses, and that's sort of what I want to get to here. Were your discussions with them about the service that they needed to provide, or was it almost a healing journey, talking to them about the right and wrong ways to address this at home and the role that they should provide going forward?
Yeah, it is a phenomenally important question. It is both. And these themes run throughout, whether for the veteran or the spouse. And there are very practical things to consider. Where are you going to live? Where are your kids going to go to school if you have kids? Where are your friends and community going to be? What are you going to do? All those things, all those practical aspects mirror the same questions for the veteran. But like the veteran and the spouse, in this journey, which can take a long time, there are very profound questions. How do you find new identity and new purpose in life? And those are fundamental questions for all of us. And that's why this journey for veteran and spouse doesn't just end once they get a job after the military. And there's great positive things in that. These can be lifelong journeys.
And Lieutenant, I wonder what your message would be to veterans out there who might be watching, who might not think they're struggling, but maybe recognize a bit of what you're saying, where they've maybe felt like they've been left to their own devices and they can't quite navigate this new world that they're in.
If I could offer maybe 3 things for them to take away, but every veteran's journey is one of great nobility and purpose. But when they come back from this hero's journey, from that unknown universe to the known, they need to prepare to get out, the 12 to 24 months. They need to have self-realization that they may not be healthy. And that could be through TBI, PTSD, physical, moral injury. And most importantly, they need to find a mentor to go out through this journey, to refine purpose. Because they're all going to experience stress getting out.
Well, Lieutenant, thank you so much for your service, and thank you for being here. Alex, you as well. I mean, just such important work that you've done resulting in this book. And for those of you at home, Warrior to Civilian, the field manual for the hero's journey, is available for pre-order right now.